Hey, 12 South leaders. So excited to greet you this afternoon and let you know that we're excited that groups are about to start up. We thought we wanted to give you a little information as leaders that you could share with your group as we get going. So, as a privilege of meeting with you this summer, I mentioned that we would be doing our 3H guide a little differently from in the past, that we would be utilizing the guide the week before the passage is preached instead of the week following the passage is preached. And I thought it would be great to hear straight from Elliot some of the benefits of doing it that way. So, Elliot, could you tell our leaders kind of some reasoning behind?
Yeah, we've talked about this as a staff and as our elders at 12 South about making this move. And as a small group leader myself and being a part of one since we started this 5 or 6 years ago, we really have grown to realize that what can happen, what can tend to happen, is that in groups that are discussing through the 3H guide questions about the passage, that if you're in group and you were at church on the Sunday before your group, that the group discussion through the 3H guide can end up being a sermon discussion instead of a passage discussion. And so, not that that's wrong inherently, but would really love for people to have something better to discuss than my sermons. The Bible's way more rich to discuss. And so, that's one of the main reasons is that, hey, if we move the discussion around the passage to before the Sunday that it's preached on, it allows for the discussion to really be about the text that we're studying that week. The other thing is that it really hopefully does empower and help people believe and experience that you and the people in your group can come to a discussion about Scripture and get something from it before you've heard a sermon on it. That I hope that my sermons help, or Daryl's sermons help illuminate text for you, but you don't need us to help you get fed spiritually from Scripture. So really, like, discussing a passage with your community and in someone's living room before you've heard a sermon on it, I hope will help convince the people in your group, hey, I can do this on my own. I don't have to have a pastor lead me through this. And then the last thing, which is kind of functional and practical, but also really helpful, is that for those that maybe missed a Sunday and weren't there on Sunday to hear the sermon, if they're going to be at group that next week, they can kind of sometimes feel left out, that people start discussing the sermon and they didn't really hear the sermon, so they feel a little bit left out. So kind of helps level the playing field for everybody that shows up to group, whether or not they have been to church or not. So I hope you feel as a leader that it actually is going to lead to better better group discussions and not sermon discussions. I hope that whatever appetite is awakened on a Tuesday night in your living room gets you excited to come to church that following Sunday to hear more about the passage y'all discussed. So that's a little bit of the heart behind it. I hope you, I know it's probably a little bit scary to think about preparing for a discussion without having the sermon, but we believe in you. You've been equipped to do this. You can do it too. And we think it'll lead to a little bit more rich time in your groups this fall. So we're excited.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Elliot. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me, reach out to your coaches. We are happy to come alongside you and help you feel equipped for this change. And we're excited about it. So thanks for your time.
Yeah. Thanks, 12 South leaders. We love you.